Virgo, welcome to your reading for January of 2026. Let's see what's in store for Virgo for the month of January of 2026. If you are new to my readings, I do monthly tarot card readings based on your star sign. All the other signs should be available on my profile. You're more than welcome to view them depending on where you are viewing this from. Have a look at your star, your sun, moon, and rising signs. I also do additional readings on my Patreon channel, which I'll explain at the end of this video. You're more than welcome to stick around for that information as well. If you are returning to my readings, I just want to say a huge thank you for your continued support. I really am very grateful. Thank you so much for sticking with me all this time. In the meantime, let's see what's in store for Virgo for the month of January of 2026. So the month begins with some kind of change. I think you're trying to make adjustments in your life. You're trying to find ways to improve your life in an unconventional way, in a very inventive way. There's a lot of transmutation, like transforming like negative energy into positive. It's that kind of vibe that I'm getting. There's also a lot of inventive kind of energy, like having to think outside the box, trying to find resources where there are none. It's that kind of energy. There's an opportunity in your hands at the beginning of January. You're kind of concerned because you don't know how things are going to play out. There's like worry surrounding whatever this is. But you're seeing it as a really big opportunity for a positive growth, positive outcome. I'm also seeing you connecting with somebody who is really needing your support, somebody who's going through a very difficult period. I don't think you are aware that they were going through a difficult period. I think you're seeing them deal with a lot of worry, a lot of concerns. And you're trying to make sure that this is very objective. Like, I think you're trying to help them by trying to look at things instead of an emotional perspective, but more like a logical perspective. Trying to stick with the facts, trying to explain how things work with regards to whatever they're worrying about. By mid-month, I think you're feeling a bit tired. You're being a bit protective of your energy. I get the feeling you're surrounded by a lot of people who are going to be asking for a lot of your time and your attention. And you're going to be focused on making sure that your needs are met. You're going to be very selective as to who you spend time with. I also see you doing things that you really enjoy, or spending time with people, like enjoying spending time with certain people, but not everyone. I think there are certain people that you really enjoy connecting with, and others you're trying to avoid, or you're just trying to make sure you don't spend your time with them. Sorry. And these are old connections. These are old friendships. Like long-term, these are relationships that you've had for a very long time that have always like brought you joy and what's the word I'm looking for? Not recuperation, but rejuvenation. You've always felt better after you've spent time with these individuals. There's also some news coming in. You're kind of surprised about, but you're like, okay, I guess I'll have to make changes to this. This is like outside of your hands. This is like way out of your hands. Like, it impacts you, but it doesn't. It's kind of like one of those things that it's good to know. It has an impact on your family. Intuitively, you think whatever this news is, it's good news. You're kind of, no, how can I put this? You're thinking there's a catch to whatever this news is. You're thinking that there's some kind of bad or negative twist tied to whatever this news is, and it does concern your family. You're worried. There's something. I'm not seeing like something like it that has a negative impact, but I'm kind of like I'm not seeing a negative twist, but I'm seeing your concern with regards to a negative twist. I think whatever this news is, it's something necessary. You're kind of like, okay, let's get this done. It's kind of like something that hasn't been moving or shifting for the longest time, and you're kind of like, let's move forward with whatever this is. And at the end of the month, there's news about, you're hearing about some news, and there's something official happening at the end of the month. Again, this is something that's been happening for a very long while, and you're kind of like, let's get this done. Let's get this settled. Yeah, this is something that's been hovering in the background for a very long time. And you're concerned about it, but you're doing everything to stay out of it. Like, you don't want to get involved because it's a complicated situation, whatever this is. And you're finding yourself, you're having to defend your choices at the end of the month. You're really annoyed because you didn't want to be involved, but you are. There's some kind of decision that you made. You made it to help somebody else out. You had something shift, like something change. I don't know. You decide to put... this is a complex thing because the conflict is something very complicated. You're finding yourself in the middle of a very serious issue. You wanted to help by doing something, and it's kind of backfiring, like it's kind of biting you. It's coming back to haunt you, and you're really annoyed that you're involved at that level. I don't know what to tell you except, try to explain what you did. For some reason, like you're being confronted for something, a decision that you had made. You're kind of surprised because you didn't see what you did as something wrong. So I'm going to leave things here for you, Virgo. I'm going to go to the Patreon. The link is listed nearby or in the description or in my bio, depending on where you're viewing this. You're more than welcome to join me on my Patreon. For those of you who are new to my readings, I do 2 additional readings for the price of coffee. One is for love/relationships, and the other is for money/career. Again, you're more than welcome to join me there. If this is where we leave things, thank you so much for your support, your comments, your liking, your following. The more you interact with these videos, the more there's an opportunity for this video to reach those who have not had a chance to see them. I wish you all the best for January. Happy New Year. And I hope to see you in February. Namaste and take care.